Do you ever feel like you're being watched? For this woman, that feeling would soon become a terrifying reality. It was a cold evening in December, and the wind howled outside. Rain lashed against the window panes, and thunder roared, making the old house shake. 28-year-old Emma snuggled deeper into her blanket on the sofa, trying to ignore the sounds of the storm. She was home alone tonight. Her husband, Mark, was away on a business trip, and she was enjoying some much-needed quiet time. The house had been in her family for generations. It was over 100 years old, and had a lot of creaks and groans. Sometimes in the middle of the night, Emma would hear strange noises and put it down to the age of the house. But tonight, the sound was different. It was a light tapping sound, like someone was on the other side of the wall trying to get out. Emma sat up and listened intently. The sound came again, but now it seemed to be coming from the wall behind her sofa. Was someone trapped in the wall? Had a bird somehow made a nest in the house's wiring? Or was she just imagining things? As a child, she used to play in the attic and had often bumped her head on the slanted ceiling, until her mother had warned her to be more careful. Could that have weakened the structure of the ceiling? Whatever had made the noise was silent now. Emma tried to calm herself down, telling herself that there was a logical explanation for everything. Still, she couldn't shake off the feeling that someone or something was in the wall. The storm raged on outside, and Emma found herself drifting off to sleep again. Then she heard it again, the tapping sound. This time it was louder and more insistent, and it seemed to be coming from right behind the sofa where the cushions were. Was she in danger? Should she call the police? Just as she reached for her phone, the tapping stopped. When the sound didn't resume, Emma went back to watching TV. However, after a few minutes, the storm suddenly stopped. The house was silent, too silent. Emma got up to check the windows and doors, making sure they were all shut properly. It was then that she noticed a small hole in the wall. It was barely bigger than the tip of a finger, and she could see a thin line running through it. It looked like someone had made it while tapping on the other side of the wall. Driven by curiosity, Emma took a hammer from the kitchen and broke a bigger hole in the wall. She peered inside, but it was too dark for her to see anything. So she turned on her flashlight and gasped. Staring back at her was a single eye. It was a round, milky white eye with a black pupil in the center, and it was watching her intently. Emma screamed and dropped her flashlight. She backed away from the wall, tripping over the rug. Scrambling to her feet, she grabbed the flashlight and shone it back at the wall. But when she looked closely, she could see nothing except the bricks and mortar. Where had the eye gone? Had she imagined it? As she stood there, dumbfounded, the eye appeared again, right where it had been before, watching her. Shaken but determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, Emma grabbed her phone and called her husband. When she told him about the eye, he thought she was joking around. But when she insisted, he said he would call her back as soon as he got home. In the meantime, Emma tried to make the hole in the wall smaller by stuffing bricks and mortar into it. But every time she turned around, the eye was watching her from somewhere else. It was in the fireplace now, and then it was in the wall above the bookshelf. It seemed to be everywhere and nowhere at the same time. When Mark got home, the eye was in the bathroom, staring directly at them. They spent the night huddled together in their bed, too scared to sleep. In the morning, they called an exterminator who found no evidence of any animals living in the walls. They also checked the attic and the crawl space, but the house was empty. To this day, Emma and Mark can't explain what that eye was or where it came from, but they never went back to that house.